have to apologize. This is, of course, going to be a video with a lot of commentary because there's a lot of dialogue.
We were happy for a long time. At least, I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing.
How do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it.
Really?
And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
Interesting.
It's been so long since I said her name out loud. I think that's the moment I fell in love with her, when she told me the soothing sound of her name.
You fell in love with someone when they said their name? Are you serious? This one. More close. Close it. Clock. Watch. Money. Oh, we can't mess with it, unfortunately. Alright, listen here.
So glad to meet you.
Oh.
My name is Serena.
What? Lesbian goats, myth or reality? Oh my god. Fantastic interview. What is... I'm terrified of dolphins? This is weird.
She was special. Contradictory. She didn't mind these. Actually, I think she was into them too.
That looks interesting. We can always try it.
What?
I read it for the articles, of course. Like that one by the guy. That one about the thing.
Okay.
I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic, not obscene. She's beautiful, but what's her obsession with dolphins?
Oh.
I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time.
Away.
It's some way through the woods. Unlike its sibling, this lamp would last for months. We used to keep a pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand, but they're not here now. We brought the lamps with us when we got this place all those years ago. They were from a garage sale.
Cool.
The sun is streaming through the window. No reason to turn this on. All these metaphors and similes in my head. Light of my life. Make light. Wait, that's another kind of light.
Okay.
There's a thick layer of dust and an almost invisible outline where we kept the water pitcher. A lamp is a lamp, but to a writer, every mundane item triggers connections, and that leads to more. It seemed like neither of us could bother to properly wipe the lampshades. All these metaphors and similes in
Okay,
my...
quiet.
The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though.
It's a nightmare now.
Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here, as long as we were together and happy. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync.
Interesting.
Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered. The clock has always been rather autonomous.
Talk about
It's
this.
a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area. I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place.
Yeah.
It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
Other circumstances.
There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw. Not exactly perfect soundproofing. The sunlight can be confusing, oppressive, as if pregnant with some ill omen. Or is the stress finally catching up with me? The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
I wonder if it's significant that you can't look in the mirror there. I wonder if he's ready to open maybe the chest. I don't know. I'm gonna try.
Big enough for a lifetime of memento. We hated guns,
I don't
so we
suppose
never
yes.
had
We can
any,
go outside
even
now.
out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. I better stay in case Serena comes back.
Better stay. Am I missing something?
There's always a chance she might return.
A chance.
There's nothing for me out there. This door has been creaking for years. One of the many things I promised I would fix. I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet. There's nothing for me out there.
Shit. Okay. I do believe I may have missed something. I must have, right? I don't know.
Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious, sensual thrill.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Get out of this thing.
The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece.
Ew.
The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. This used to be her favorite spot. She used to sit here, put her legs on the table, lean back, And just give me one of her smiles. Those effervescent, incandescent smiles.
Alright then.
Once we dragged these chairs out to the lake and scrubbed off all the dust and grime of years. That was a long time ago.
So there's a lake.
For all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. Sort of brooding. One of a matching pair, obviously. There was a piece of gum stuck to the underside of this chair back when we bought this place. We just left it there.
Alright then.
For all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. I could tell plenty of stories about this. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin.
Okay, now we
You
can see
could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love. We don't have a lot of photos. The guy who snapped this,
Okay, nothing.
my love. We don't. The guy who snapped this,
no new
our
dialogue.
host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then.
What's happening? We go outside now? We go outside now?
Is there anything worse than beautiful memories turning to dust? I feel like I don't even have the strength to lift the lid.
Lift that lid, bro.
What once gave me so much joy, we found this trunk at a
Lift it.
We hated guns, so
Okay,
we never
he's-
had any, even out here.
He's not gonna lift it.
But this
so
would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked.
I'm gonna try going outside.
Why? I might just as well stay here.
Come on.
I should really stay. I'm so tired anyway.
Stop being a
I
pussy.
prefer the darkness inside right now. This door has been creaking for years. One of the many things I promised I would fix.
So maybe.
I know it's my general state of mind, but I feel even more depressed near this armoire. Guess I can't shake off the memory of my sweet Serena trying on her various garments.
Be honest. Does this dress show too much cleavage? I want only one pair of eyes on me.
Oh, that's sweet.
How I miss her naked back when she was standing by this armoire. The perfect curve of her neck. Her firm bottom. I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes.
Maybe there's something new with the bookcase. Oh, there's different
Someone
shells.
said, work and love are the only things that ever really happened to us. Was it Freud or Marilyn Monroe? Did I let my work destroy my love? Writing was so all-consuming for me, yet I made so little headway in all this time. It all seems so meaningless now. Drained of everything that made it worth reading in the first place.
Okay.
A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, smack that like button and subscribe.